Welcome to the SimulScan Template Builder course. Template Builder is a tool that enables efficient structured and unstructured data recognition with SimulScan. This self-paced course will allow you to successfully use Template Builder in the majority of typical template-based recognition tasks. This course continues the series started by MBS1019 SimulScan Overview and assumes you are familiar with Module 1, SimulScan Overview. By the end of this module, you should be able to describe what Template Builder is, define the three main types of templates generated by Template Builder, and describe the different features of Template Builder. So, what is the Template Builder? Let's explain this by asking another question. How does SimulScan know what to scan from the label, where specific data is on the label, and how this data should be parsed? It needs instructions, which we call a template. The template is in an XML file, which, once produced, is deployed to the device. Do you like editing XML manually? We don't, which is why we created the Template Builder, to do it for us in a user-friendly way. We also put it in the cloud, so it's a web-based tool, accessible anytime, and you don't have to worry about upgrades. Simply put, load the label image into Template Builder, describe the different regions of the document to scan, get yourself an XML file, deploy on the device, and enjoy. Manual editing of XML files is not supported since it's very easy to corrupt this type of file. To get started, launch the Template Builder utility at simulscan.zebra.com using a browser like Chrome or Firefox, and log in using your partner credentials or Core ID password. If you don't already have one, there are links at the bottom of the page to help you create one quickly. To create a template, a document is logically broken down into regions of interest called fields. Each field in a document is associated with a particular method of processing called a processing mode. Currently, the Template Builder supports various processing modes. Barcode is used to scan single or multiple barcodes in the field of view. OCR is used to read text such as names, addresses, etc. OMR is used to read check marks and bubbles. Picture is used for signatures, photos, or entire documents. Use the advanced settings within each processing mode to better qualify the data. This will significantly improve the accuracy of the results. For example, pick the symbology or the length of decoded data to uniquely identify a barcode. Note, to fully unlock the functionalities of OCR and OMR, you would need to acquire a license and install it on your mobile device. Multiple barcode decoding and picture-taking functionalities would not require a license and are available out of the box. There are three main types of templates that can be generated by the Template Builder based on the use case. Barcodes only, for example, part sheet labels or packaging labels, structured targets, for example, shipping receipts and bill of lading, and unstructured targets, for example, container IDs and addresses on envelopes. The barcodes-only template is useful in decoding multiple barcodes simultaneously or for picking specific barcodes. The structured targets template caters to one or more use cases. It is useful in decoding barcodes, extracting key fields of interest, recognizing characters, recognizing check marks, and checking the presence of a signature. The unstructured targets template is useful in free-form OCR on a single line and in freeform OCR on multiple lines. Other features of the Template Builder include form identification, template settings, grouped regions, validation, secure storage, and multi-templates. Usually forms carry some unique features that make them different from others. These can be used to uniquely identify the document. This comes in handy either to differentiate between multiple documents or, as in the case of structured documents, help detect the right orientation of the document. It is recommended to mark 2 to 3 fields per document as identifier fields, pick these fields from different corners of the document so they are spread out, Use static fields such as logos in pre-printed content for structured targets. Check the Use field to identify form checkbox on these identifier fields, and check the Also Read Value from Field box if you wish to report the data back to the user application. Not picking the identifier fields appropriately in the template might result in the document not being identified. Under the Edit Template Settings menu are settings that can be used to customize the entire template. These settings include Input Source, Flash Mode, Advanced Image Correction, and many others. While the defaults are set based on the template type, they can be customized to better suit workflow needs. Refer to the help documentation for details on each of the setting options. This feature works well for a logical entity that can be split into multiple fields in a document. Multiple fields can be grouped logically prior to being returned to the host application. This helps in the next level of processing, like address validation or translation. For example, the fields street, city, country, zip can be logically grouped to address. This feature allows you to validate your template within the template builder before it is deployed to devices for use. It validates the fields marked on the document and the properties set for each of the fields, prompting you to correct the template if required. This feature is still in the beta stage. All templates that you create are stored in a secure location for future reference. Dedicated folders are created with the login username, and you can use the Manage Templates option to manage your folder. Open or save a given template into your space in the server. Upload or download a template from or to your local machine. It is recommended you upload samples of your document containing representative information and not any personal sensitive information. A template is associated with a single document. A user can create a template XML file that stitches together multiple single templates to form one larger template, called the multi-template. This feature would be useful for an end-user workflow where the user works with a small set of multiple documents, around 2 to 6, in a given day. A single multi-template can be created for all documents, so the app would only need to load a single template to cater to all forms in a workflow. The software auto-selects one of the 4 documents, providing the user with feedback as well. This feature is currently in the beta stage. Here's a list of questions that will allow you to determine if you've learned what you needed to learn in Module 1. Module 2, Template Creation. By the end of this module, you should be able to access the templates, create a barcodes-only structured targets and unstructured targets template, validate a template, and deploy licenses and templates to a device. This module is split into 3 sections covering these topics. In this section, you will learn how to build a template. The first step in accessing the templates is visiting the Zebra Template Builder website. Log in to simulscan.zebra.com using your partner key credentials or Zebra Core ID and password. In case you don't have one, go to simulscan.zebra.com to register and obtain one. Upon logging in, the initial interface page appears. Step 2. Choose Create Template to create a new template, or you may choose Open Template to open and edit a previously created template. Step 3. Choose Barcodes Only, Structured Targets, or Unstructured Targets depending on the type of template you would like to create. Choose Barcodes Only for sheet labels or packaging labels with only barcodes. Choose Structured Targets for documents with a known layout like shipping receipts and a bill of lading. These can be a combination of barcodes, text, check marks, and pictures. Choose Unstructured Targets for targets with no predefined layout or structure, for example, container IDs or addresses on envelopes. Step 4. Load an image of the document you'd like to describe. BMP and JPEG files are supported, and ensure the size of the image is 2 to 3 megabytes. It is also recommended that the image be taken with the document placed flat, facing perpendicular to the camera, and captured without any shape distortion. An integral part of the template creation process is creating fields. This process applies to all template types. The first step is to create fields for the regions of interest on the form. To create a field, hover your cursor over the top left corner of a region of interest, or go to Edit, Create New Field. Then, click and drag the cursor to the bottom right corner. A text label will then appear on the left side corresponding to the field. Rename the field as desired. Designate the processing mode for the field. Fields may be marked with one of the 4 different processing modes: barcode, OCR, OMR, and picture. Choose Settings in the Settings panel. The type of settings available will vary depending on the type of processing mode selected. If creating a barcode field, enable character checking, if the barcode always follows a pattern in its text. If enabled, fill out the appropriate sections with the known information. If the field is marked with the OCR settings, first choose the character subset option. This field is recommended if the types of characters for the field is always limited to a subset of all characters, which increases OCR accuracy. You can select from any of the predefined sets available, or you can enter a custom set instead. Next, define a regular expression. If the field value follows a regular pattern all the time, define a regular expression to govern the region's output. For example, for a field with content 08-08-15, one possible way of describing the format is 2 digits followed by dash, followed by 2 digits, followed by dash, followed by 2 digits. This should only be used if the format defined can be guaranteed for the region. Otherwise, the output may be incorrect. Next, enable the word check option. This option is enabled if the region contains words in a language as opposed to ID numbers, serial numbers, etc. Then, select a language option and click Save. If the field is marked with the OMR setting, match the OMR box shape to the shape found on the form. If the field is marked with the picture setting, use the Image Adjustment section to modify the output picture. Currently, these options are not required to be set in order to output a picture region correctly. With a solid understanding of how to create different kinds of fields, let's continue by looking at how to create an entire template. We'll begin with a barcode-only template. Step 1 is to define the template by entering a suitable template name in the upper left box. Please note that the template name cannot start with default. The next step is to create the fields for this template. After creating a field, check the Use Field to Identify Form checkbox for barcodes used to identify the form. Additionally, any barcode that you'd like output needs to have this checkbox marked along with the Also Read Value from Field checkbox. If you have more than one barcode in your template, each would need to be uniquely identifiable. This will significantly improve the accuracy of the results. For example, pick the symbology or the length of decoded data to uniquely identify a barcode. Use the advanced settings to better qualify each barcode. Moving on to the Structured Targets template, Step 1, after loading a sample image of around 3 megabytes, is to define the form border by adjusting the blue window. This serves as the base reference frame that the software detects for further processing. Ensure that this border matches the border of the uploaded form. If these borders do not match, the resulting output may be incorrect. Press OK when done. Step 2. Define the template by entering a suitable template name in the upper left box. Please note that template names cannot start with default. Step 3. Create fields. 2 to 3 fields need to have the Use Field to Identify Form box checked. Use regions with empty spaces around them, such as logos or static text, to identify the form. If possible, choose fields from different areas of the form. Alternatively, if the document contains a fixed barcode, check the Barcode Location is Fixed box. This will enable the software to detect the template using the barcode as an anchor. If the same field needs to be output as well to the host application, the Also Read Value from Field checkbox must be marked as well. This is checked by default. The last template mode is Unstructured Targets. In the Unstructured Targets mode, a static image is loaded automatically, and you can create either single or multi-line freeform OCR templates. Step 2. There is only one field in the case of an unstructured target in OCR processing mode. Use the advanced settings to customize and improve the OCR accuracy, like character subsets, languages, etc. For more details, click on the icon with a question mark to bring up the help page with more information. Let's now proceed to template validation. Validation is a feature that ensures the template created works well prior to trying it on the device. It enables the user to make appropriate changes or settings before finalizing a template and distributing it on devices. If the template is validated successfully, it means the fields marked on the form and the properties settings applied for each field are correct and accurate. Step 1. Click the Validate icon or select the Edit Validate Template option to start the validation process. Step 2. The Validate Template dialog box appears. Click OK to begin the validation process. The Validation Summary dialog box appears. The View Preview option displays the results and the confidence levels of the results in the case of OCR fields. If the level is medium or low, you may want to add additional checks like character subsets or regular expressions to improve the accuracy. Click Done to exit. Form Decoded displays a check mark if the document was identified successfully using the created template. It displays a cross or X if an error occurs. Possible reasons for errors include: not enough fields are marked to identify the document, fields marked as barcode and use field to identify the form do not contain the correct symbology, and its length is outside the supported range in the barcode settings. Or the uploaded image is blurry. For barcode-only templates, the image size is a recommended 2 megabytes, and for structure targets, it's 3 megabytes. Key fields identified in template checks the template structure. It displays a check mark if it's in good order, or it displays a cross or X if any of the mandatory attributes for each of the marked regions, such as name, number, X, Y, width, height, etc., are not found. The field setup and data parsing displays a check mark if all the fields on the form cover the valid vicinity of the data of interest. It displays a cross or X if the field does not cover the valid vicinity of the data of interest. This is mainly relevant to fields marked as barcode processing mode. The final results displays success if the form is parsed successfully against the given template, or error if incorrect. The last section in this module is licensing and how to deploy a template. You can purchase licenses from softwarelicensing.zebra.com, or you can view documentation at softwarelicensing.zebra.com/documentation. You can purchase licenses for a specific device based on the serial number, or for larger deployments using the enterprise-wide deployment license. You can purchase licenses from softwarelicensing.zebra.com, or you can view documentation at softwarelicensing.zebra.com/documentation. You can purchase licenses for a specific device based on the serial number, or for larger deployments using the enterprise-wide deployment license. Currently, licenses are only supported on TC55 and TC75 devices. Licenses can be installed in one of two ways: using the built-in Settings app, or using Stage Now. Regardless of the kind of template created, it will need to be deployed after being created. Templates can be deployed manually for a smaller set of devices, or leverage Stage Now or your MDM for a larger deployment. You can alternatively choose to deploy programmatically using the EMDK API or ROW APIs. To manually deploy a template, download it to your local machine. If you intend to use Data Wedge, copy the template files to Enterprise Device Settings SimulScan Templates. If you intend to use the SimulScan Showcase app, copy files to SD card SimulScan Templates. If you intend to use the EMDK or ROW API, copy them to a convenient location on the SD card or Enterprise user. To deploy programmatically, templates saved in the release folder on the Template Builder utility via EMDK API and ROW API using the Fetch Template API. Did you know that our Stage Now tool also offers SimulScan support? When you are configuring your application package deployment using the Manage Applications wizard, you can install a SimulScan license, a template file, and a Data Wedge profile if SimulScan is used through Data Wedge, all together with your SimulScan-enabled application. To learn more of Stage Now, please visit its Launchpad space at launchpad.zebra.com. Here are some questions to help you determine if you have learned what you needed to learn in this module. Now that you have reached the end of this module, you should be able to access the templates, create a field, create a barcodes only, structured targets, and unstructured targets template, validate a template, and install licenses. For additional information about SimulScan, please visit zebra.com/SimulScan. For any further technical help, please post your queries on the SimulScan space on Launchpad at developer.zebra.com.